If you watched the Michigan State Colgate recap, you will have heard that Carter and I referenced things Tom Izzo said in his post-game press conference roughly 13 different times in a 44-minute video. Well, let's talk about one of them. Here's a 13-second clip of Tom Izzo after Michigan State's kind of squirrely, uncomfortable-ish 13-point win over Colgate. This is Izzo.
Better, and I didn't think we played very well. So a lot of work to do, or we're going to get our ass embarrassed on Saturday, and maybe that's good. It's good to have that pressure on us.
A lot of work to do, or maybe we're going to get our ass embarrassed on Saturday, and maybe that's good. Good to have that pressure on us. I will frame this with some other things he said in the press conference in case you haven't heard any of this, because this was kind of his big bow on top of it, his conclusion. He went after his veterans. He talked about how at Michigan State, you have to get better, and by the time it's your turn, it's your turn. He said, as good as Jeremy Fears was, he didn't lead for shit in the first half, and he flipped it on and led the team to a win in the second half. They need better than that. He talked about Cohen Carr and honestly didn't get too hard on Cohen Carr. Just said that he was in foul trouble. Mentioned Carson Cooper, Jackson Kohler by name, saying they need more from their vets. Said his transfers weren't good enough. Said he was more impressed with his freshmen than his transfers. But add it all together, look, we got a lot of work to do. Our guys got to realize they're our guys now, or we will get our ass embarrassed by Arkansas on Saturday. Do you like this approach one game into the season from Tom Izzo? And help me try and decipher what exactly this means about how he feels about his team.
I like it because it's true. If if they don't figure things out, Darius Acuff will embarrass them. Is it in East Lansing?
It is in East Lansing, but reminder, Darius Acuff, State of Michigan kid. This is a homecoming game.
RP3 likely to be there as well. I got to make sure we get an RP3 shot on any Acuff video. Yeah, listen, they will get embarrassed on Saturday if they don't figure things out. I thought, obviously, Arizona was the most impressive team yesterday with what they did to Florida, and just that level of matchup. It's hard not to say it. In my opinion, Illinois and Arkansas were 2-3 in some order in terms of like how impressive both those performances were. Arkansas has some stuff to clean up themselves, you know what I mean? But to beat a Southern team that I think is pretty good by 30 and you drop 110, um, Javon Brazil getting 25 probably never happens again. But like Acuff legitimately looks unstoppable. I told Cart this last week. Like to me, you have the big three. You have Peterson, DeBonsa, Boozer. Then the draft starts. Acuff's the first pick off the board when that draft starts. And I think like when it's all said and done, he's
Ooh.
gonna leapfrog Michael Brown. He's the closest thing to D Rose, and D Rose isn't that far removed from playing basketball, so this isn't like an insane statement. It's not like it's been 30 years, but he's the closest thing to D Rose we've seen since D Rose, in my opinion. He just gets to the basket with ease. Is very much so like Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, gets to the basket with ease, but he kind of dishes a lot. D Rose and Acuff are like they're trying to dunk on you. They're
Yeah,
coming off two, and it's aggressive. And I just think what Izzo's saying is true. It's true. If they don't figure it out, they will get embarrassed on Saturday.
the class is insane. We'll see where it actually lands for Acuff. I think it is possible that he comes off the board as early as 4, and you would think that he is going to be extremely motivated by being back in the state of Michigan. Michigan State did recruit Darius Acuff, as did Michigan, but I'll be curious to see how it goes. Acuff and Fears should be appointment television. Look, I like to try and decipher things that Tom Izzo says. And figure out what he really is trying to do. I think he's a very tactical man. He wears his heart on his sleeve. We know this. He's not afraid to hold his players accountable, both publicly and privately. And in the end, if you win over Tom Izzo's favor, you have an ally for life that will take care of you in a variety of ways. For me, the overwhelming sentiment of his post-game comments were him feeling a sense of urgency with his 4 veterans. And the 4 veterans to me are Fears, Carr, Carson Cooper, and Jackson Kohler. Those are 4 guys. If you look at how he's running the rotations in the exhibition games, even into the real game, he wants these 4 on the floor as much as humanly possible. He didn't bring in a third center. The backup center is unplayable. Carson Cooper needs to play as much as he physically can. Jackson Kohler's the most productive player on the roster. He needs to play as much as he physically can. Jeremy Fears, it's his team. He has the keys. He needs to play as much as he physically can. Cohen Carr, if he can stay out of foul trouble and just put anything together motor wise, he's going to play as much as he physically can. This is not a deep team, not anywhere close to last year. And I think Izzo knows this. The important thing to me about the way he's approaching all of this is that he feels a sense of urgency on his four to be better. It's like he built this roster feeling like those four had a collective level they could get to that they haven't been asked to get to yet. And the early returns are that they're not getting there. And it may not be fair because Kohler just gave you 16 and 15. Kohler was great in game one. Jeremy Fears had the best performance of his career, in my opinion. 5 steals, 10 assists. He was great. But because Cohen Carr can't string it together, because Carson Cooper is they're using him like Xavier Tillman and it's not delivering, you're left wanting more. And the reality is there aren't reinforcements on this roster. So I think this point in time, sometimes Izzo does stuff performatively. This isn't overly performative. This is Izzo kind of begging his four, we need you now. I don't have time to wait for January for you four to be good. We're going into the season like it's your team now. We want you playing 32 minutes, and it better be better. That message resonated with Fears in the second half for sure. It better start resonating with Cohen Carr, or I do think he's right. Arkansas is going to pose pretty serious problems.
Yeah, I mean, they barely beat Colgate. That was a dogfight, right? Like, I mean, I guess they kind of like stretched it away at the end, but like, what was it at halftime? 2 3-point game?
I think a 3-point game at half.
Yeah, I mean, that's a dogfight against. I like Colgate. They have nothing like Darius Acuff. They have nothing like what Calipari is bringing into the gym on Saturday, and I just think it's one of those things where like if if they don't figure it out by Saturday, and respectfully to Cohen Carr, brother, I said a lot of crazy stuff about you this summer. The ball has to go into the basket. That is the point of this sport. I don't know what Cohen Carr was doing for the first half of the game yesterday. I liked him in the second half a little bit more. If Cohen Carr specifically doesn't figure it out, I think this team's in a lot of trouble. And I don't mean this like as respect to Jeremy Fears. To me, this is a team issue. If Jeremy Fears is going to, I believe he was second in shot attempts in the first half specifically behind Kohler. Uh, if that's how it's going to go, they're going to lose a lot of games.
Yeah.
That's not Jeremy Fears' game. That's just not his game.
Last thing for me, specific to the Arkansas matchup, this Arkansas personnel group has very individualistic challenges for that big four I just talked about. Acuff, Fears. Are you ready for a lottery pick or not? Cohen Carr, I think probably matches up with Carter Knox. Been a lot of smoke about, oh, this is Cohen Carr's last year. He's coming into this. He's ready to make the jump. No NBA GM would seriously look at Cohen right now. Carter Knox is actually back for one more year. He could have gone pro this past summer and didn't. This is a real pro. Let's see what Cohen Carr is ready for. Trevon Brazile, 6th year in college, going up against Jackson Kohler, same position, 4th year in college. Two of the more productive bigs in the world. Brazil's a guy with motor issues. Theoretically, that's a matchup Kohler could exploit, I think. And they're going to need him to in order to win this game. And then Carson Cooper's got a couple of bigs for Arkansas at the 5 that are veteran role player types. Can Carson Cooper actually emerge as the best big in a game like this? It's 4 very individualistic challenges, specifically Fears and Carr. This is your team. Are you ready for Darius Acuff and Carter Knox or not? We'll see. The version of Cohen Carr that was there against Colgate is not ready for any good player, in my opinion.
Uh, this is a gut check for Cohen Carr. And honestly, maybe the whole team. I don't want to sound like doom and gloom. It's only been a game, and it was a Colgate game. Like maybe you didn't get up for it. We find out on Saturday, and if they get blown out the door out the gym on Saturday, don't hit me with the we're gonna have retention stuff next year because you're having retention because nobody wanted. There's nowhere for any of them to go. But you will, like, if they lose by 10 plus on Saturday, they're gonna have plenty of retention the following year. The whole starting 5 will be back.
Hart will have a prediction with me later this week for Michigan State, Arkansas, but I would like to get ahead of it with an individual player prediction right now. I think Fears has a statement performance against Acuff.
Really?
I think Fears is going to win that matchup.
I was gonna ask, is the statement I'll be here for my junior year?
I think Fears has his way with this match. And Acuff's amazing. Do not get me wrong. I'm not trying to doubt Darius Acuff. I'm really not. But I think Fears has made a jump nobody realizes he's made yet. And this is a big opportunity for him. Now, I think the other ones are going to be worse. I think Carr is going to get destroyed. But we'll see. I'll save the rest for the preview. Stay tuned.